Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Ah,
Ay, 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 ay!
Soggy, you genius.
Greetings, my dear friends. Perhaps today's idea is not so crazy. The problem is being limited to a backpack as far as cargo capacity is concerned when we ride a motorized bicycle. So, cobbling a trailer for a motorized bicycle is the logical solution. And with our salvage pals and tools, it took about 3 hours to put one together. Yet this video is not about the actual trailer, because the most challenging aspect of this project is actually the connection between trailer and bike. That is because not only must it be able to withstand incredible stress, but must also be able to swing and pivot up, down, side to side. Well, my dear friends, allow me to present our possible solution. I give you the swivel caster. Bum, 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 bum. This gives us all of the freedom of motion that this point requires. Since a bolt or screw's maximum strength is achieved in this direction, we will mount the caster in the appropriate angle to exploit this strength. Using a pair of U-bolts, we can attach the caster to any number of points on our frame, but this point here just makes sense. You see, this point will allow for us to make sharp turns by avoiding possible contact with the rear wheel. Of course, we will have to prove this through a trial of hard and heavy usage during the test phase. It's a theory for now. Anyhow, after inspecting the mount location, we have decided to secure the caster at 3 levels. U-bolt on top, screws in the middle, welded at bottom. That should do the trick.
Perhaps we should wrap some duct tape around it too.
Ah, is that sarcasm, little penguin? Perhaps you should go back inside with Grandma and help her with breakfast. This is man business. Sarcasm. I prefer to err on the side of caution whenever possible, gentlemen. So, let us mark and drill our screw holes and clean up our weld spots. Now, we drill a suitable hole in the caster wheel in order to attach our trailer. And now, gentlemen, to execute our plan, sim sim alabim. Ah, most excellent. To prepare the trailer, we will simply move the arm to the middle, attach a couple side pieces to reinforce the existing handles, then a cross member here to stabilize our trailer arm. Next, we will add an extension here, using a piece of scrap metal left over from our recent saddle project. We found that it would make for an ideal extension because it has holes we can use to bolt it to our trailer arm, and the opposite end has an ideal location for a carabine. It just makes sense. Finally, we can add a final piece of scrap 1x4 on the bottom side of our arm in order to strengthen the trailer arm's load capacity. Now, my friends, I believe that we are ready for the cargo trial. Ta 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 ta. Now, originally, the plan had been to travel approximately 2 miles to our local Home Depot, peruse their cold lumber section, 70% off, load the trailer, and bring her home at an effectively low fuel price, I might add. However, our head bean counter informs us that lumber purchases are not in the budget, so we will load our own lumber onto the trailer and simulate the original plan. Only this way, we will be pulling a load there and back. Increased challenge. I love it. And so we may now proceed on to the cargo trials. Bum, 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 bum. We may watch the trailer's performance as we also give our evaluation on the experience. Please enjoy. But first, allow us to set the stage. Little mariachi Ben. Sí, señor. You know what to do.
Sí, señor. Muchachos.
Bing, bing, bing,
Dong,
bing, bing,
dong,
bing, bing,
dong,
bing, bing,
Beep
dong,
beep beep beep
dong,
beep beep beep
dong,
beep.
dong,
Beep beep beep
dong,
beep beep
dong.
beep beep.
Well, gentlemen, freshly returned from Home Depot, we may pronounce this trial a resounding success. Wow, wow, wow. I was quite impressed with our cargo trailer's performance, or more pointedly, the connection point between bike and trailer. Allow us to describe the experience from the cushy saddle we recently added to the Midnight Rider. Well, thanks to the carabines we used, it was quite easy to fire up the bike first, then pull up to the trailer, and single-handedly connect the trailer with the other hand on the clutch, of course. Then, we simply paddled up to speed while slowly throttling and releasing the clutch. Much like first gear on a stick shift, actually. Timing is the key. This was the case at any stop we had to make. The only concern we had was one particular light which took so long that we began to worry about the motor overheating. Thankfully, the YD100 performed admirably throughout the entire trip, chugging along, never complaining, and providing more than enough horsepower to get the job done. Half throttle felt like just the right speed, although, out of curiosity on a particularly long stretch, I did open up the throttle a bit and I was pleasantly surprised to find my speed climbing without any protests from the YD100. Gentlemen, it was absolutely fantastic. As soon as I can get a battery into the scale, I will weigh the trailer and post the weight on screen. YD100, we salute you. Now, the actual swivel connector was also a contributing factor to the success of this trial. It allowed the trailer to swing and pivot as it dutifully followed in our wake. Because the connection point was so near our rear end, we could acutely feel the pull of the trailer and the direction that it was pulling from. It felt heavy, but it never felt jarring, or reached any position which caused it to lock up. We hit some dips, bumps, and even swung through a cul-de-sac at quite an exciting speed, I might add. We raised the pedal, leaned, and hit the throttle. Gentlemen, you know the maneuver. Well, we looked back and there was the trailer, faithfully following us like a dragon's tail. Yes, sir, perhaps that was the moment that we fell in love with the trailer. It has certainly earned its position and our respect. Not only that, but future upgrades as well. Only once on the return trip did the engine cut off on us. It was after that long wait we mentioned earlier at an intersection. The uphill slope choked our takeoff, but since the engine was good and hot, it fired right up on the downslope, even with the trailer connected. A fine performance all around. Now, allow us a moment to give an update report on our recent modifications. The upgraded saddle on the Midnight Rider is holding up well, and by far the most comfortable of all of our saddles. The saddle on the Samurai is also comfortable and actually aesthetically more attractive, but the saddle on this rider is definitely a notch up in comfort. Now, as far as the tire armor goes, we were concerned and bordering on total dismay. The saddle on the Samurai had failed. Then, right on the eve of shooting the Home Depot cargo trial, we developed a persistent flat on the Midnight Rider. We had just uploaded the tire armor video, which included our positive recommendation. Did I say borderline dismay? It was probably closer to complete and total despair. Well, gentlemen, the Lord helps us in our moments of weakness. Yes, He does. He helped me to hang in there, and as it turned out, upon closer inspection of the old tube and new tube, both had a hole on the spoke side. Toot, toot, toot. A little duct tape along the rim over the spokes, plus an extra large helping of some chunky green slime and sim sim a la bim. Hard pressed but not broken. So, the tire armor is still good. The broken samurai saddle was also resolved and even became its own video, which I recommend you watch if you have not yet seen it.
Ooh, call to action. In action.
Now, my dear friends, we leave you until the next video. May God bless and keep you. Be strong, have courage, and follow Christ. This is Soggy signing off.